Phil Coochman is the CEO of DHL, a multi-million-pound courier delivery business that staked its future on beating its big brand rivals. Whilst undercover, Phil's true identity has already been rumbled by one employee at the East Midlands Airport depot, so he's quickly changing jobs.
I'm quite concerned that I'll be spotted. We're going to have to move fast. We're going to have to get out there and get to these other sites and talk to these other people before it leaks.
Still undercover, he's leaving the warehouse to work outside unloading planes. Delays here would spell disaster for thousands of customers.
I want to talk to the people and I want to find out how they're coping with the volumes of shipments that are going through, and also how they're coping with what must be a repetitive type of work.
37-year-old Adam has spent 10 years as a ramp loader.
How do you do?
Adam, how are you?
All right.
Yeah, good to meet you.
Will you be following us around tonight?
Indeed I will.
Showing you the ropes and everything?
Thank you very much. I look forward to it.
For Adam and the team, every night the race is on to unload 24 planes by hand.
We'll be pushing cans, so I hope you got your muscles on you.
Yeah, you bet. Absolutely. I've been training.
Each aircraft container can hold up to 1,000 packages and weigh as much as 3.5 tons.
Watch it!
The average age for ramp workers is 41.
They're nice and heavy, aren't they?
And Adam is worried that his new 64-year-old employee might not be able to keep up.
It can definitely put a lot of strain on people that are senior age. Like, I know he's not that old, but it's a very, very strenuous job.
Whoa. This is hard work. I'm a little surprised that it's so manual, you know, in terms of loading them. I won't have to go to the gym tomorrow.
The pressure to get the parcels out to the customers as quickly as possible is having a serious side effect on Adam and his team.
I've been in a couple of times and not been able to move, having to lie down on a table in there. Like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but...
God.
Yeah, I mean, it comes with the job, bad back, not on the ramp.
Working with a sore back is one thing, but many of the loaders actually lose days of work due to their injuries.
You don't want to keep having time off because it's, you know, people have got families, you've got money problems.
Yeah, so presumably not going to get paid if you have too much time off.
No, of course not, no. Got to get some physio every now and again, just to heal me back a bit.
Sure.
It is tough to do this job with back pain. You'll see a lot of people hobbling around on the ramp, whether they've got busted knees or busted backs, but you know, you just keep on trudging.
Maybe you could have warm-up exercises before a shift.
Never thought about that. I mean, you got what, doing star jumps on the ramp before you start, touching your toes and whatnot. If I touch my toes, I'd never get back up.
Unloading just one plane has brought Phil face to face with how his company's drive to succeed is affecting his workforce.
I didn't realise it seems to go with the territory that it's quite likely that you'll get a bad back. It's costing them money to see specialists, a couple of visits to the chiropractor a year, and it can amount to quite a lot of money. That doesn't seem to be a great thing to me. So certainly try and find a way to see if we can help.
For loaders like Adam, there's one way out: to get a job driving one of the vehicles pushing planes on and off the runway. But despite 10 years of loyal experience, Adam is yet to be given a promotion.
I mean, I've been pushing for train on everything like since I started, but you know, I don't necessarily get it.
Newer members of staff with far less experience are being moved up.
It used to be back in the day, you know, first come, first serve, whoever was here the longest to get it, but now it's just on a vote basis.
But you'd do pretty well, wouldn't you?
I've always got exceeds on my appraisals.
Exactly, you can't do much more than exceed, can you?
For Phil, it's a clear sign that in its drive to expand quickly, DHL's key asset, its long-term staff, are being ignored.
He's been in the company 10 years, and he's still at a second lowest grade. I think that in itself raises some questions and the sorts of things that I'd like to pursue. How come after 10 years you wouldn't have got a few grades higher?
Back in the day, when I first started here, it was absolutely awesome, you know. You did it on merit, it was all on merit. It just seems to have changed quite a lot over the last 7, 8 years.
I see, you know, a good guy, competent, passionate.
You know, if you're not the favourite, then you're not really going to get much, are you? It's not... Damn it. It's not about, like, how hard you work and how long you've been here. It's just like... It's kind of a favouritism thing. And it's not the money. I'd just like to be able to do things. You know what I mean?
Finding loyal staff as frustrated as Adam is a shock to Phil. His company's expansion plans rely on the skills and experience of workers like him.
If you don't recognise talent, you run the risk of losing good employees, people going off and working for someone else. We do want people to be ambitious. We do want people to want to improve themselves, and he seemed to indicate that he's finding roadblocks and that he can't.
Phil is growing increasingly concerned that DHL isn't giving its employees enough support, and this could jeopardise their ability to deliver to the customer on time. So he wants to see how staff perform in London, its busiest region, responsible for 1/3 of all UK business.
Lambeth is the biggest service centre that DHL have in the UK. The pressures on them to do those deliveries in London are absolutely intense. I'd be disappointed if I found that there wasn't really a strong customer service ethic. So I really want to get in that courier van with the guy, and I want to see for myself.
London routes are amongst the most valuable, and competition between firms is fierce for a share of this lucrative market.
Marcello.
Nice to meet you. Are you ready to go?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Let's go, buddy.
36-year-old Brazilian Marcelo has been delivering DHL parcels for 7 months.
Oh, you got a busy day?
Yeah, unfortunately, we got a busy day.
Really?
So, about 120 stops altogether.
That's pretty busy, huh?
It is. It is really busy.
You're going to park it and get out on foot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time on foot.
Right.
Morning.
Hello.
How are you?
Morning.
Incredibly, Marcelo averages delivery of 1 parcel every 2 minutes.
It's pressure.
Yeah.
It's hard to understand.
There's pressure on you, guy.
Parking spaces are so scarce that Marcelo spends most of his route on foot, pounding pavements and scaling stairs.
Always steps. Steps up, steps down. You know, sometimes I dream about steps, you know? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye.
Marcello's a really happy, positive character
Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
who puts out a really nice image as he goes around to those customers. He's a great advertisement.
People say be smile.
In the busiest traffic in Britain, Marcelo still manages to hit all his targets.
DHL.
But Phil's disappointed to discover Marcelo isn't even a permanent member of staff. He's a freelance courier.
To look at you and the van, the uniform, customer, they'll think this is DHL.
That's everyone thing.
With no contract or ties to the company, Marcelo has been thinking of leaving to join a rival firm in the hope of securing a permanent job.
Work as a DHL employee is just 1,000 times better.
Is it?
Wow.
So you'd much rather be one, a DHL employee?
Yeah, of course, because end of the day, as a self-employed, everyone knows you can go the sack anytime.
Marcelo fears losing his job and salary because 14 years ago he was forced to leave Brazil to find work as his parents were poverty-stricken.
My dad's financial wasn't that good. He lost everything. I'm the only boy he got. I said, Daddy, I gotta go somewhere else to help you, Mom and Daddy.
Without knowing a word of English, Marcelo found work in the UK. He's been sending money home to support the whole family ever since.
Approximately how much money do you send home?
I send about half my wage home. The other half of the money pay my bills down here.
So you're working very hard in a foreign country to support your mum and dad?
Yes.
And do you miss them?
A lot.
And
A
they
lot.
miss you?
A lot. You know, I love to talk to them every day, but I don't like to talk to them every day because we both cry, both parts. There's no word I could explain how much I miss them. But I'm not blaming no one, I'm happy. There's no one forced me to do this. No one asked me, you had to do this. No, I'm doing because I love them, and I would do again.
It's tough for anybody to come here and establish themselves. To arrive here, 21 years old, no money, no language, and get into a job in London and make a success of it. He's an extraordinary guy.
It's the end of Phil's week undercover, and he's seen firsthand how rapid expansion is putting pressure on his frontline workers.
Overall, I think we're pushing employees too hard. We've got to get in touch with the ground floor workers. If we don't, we'll lose market share, we'll lose customers, and we'll start to go backwards.